Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Power Half Hour episode 145. Today, we have a very, very, very special guest. I usually say very special. Today is very, very, very special. My good friend from Austin, Texas, a 10-time icon who has 10,000 plus agents in her global organization. And we've become good friends, and she's spoken for us a lot here. Appreciate you being here today on our show, Elizabeth. Thank you.
I love that you asked me, and I love that you finally realized I'm from Austin. All these years, you thought I was from Dallas, and those are,
Dallas, Texas.
yeah, no, I'm
I
not. So,
always thought that
friend,
that
yeah.
uh, that lady somewhere in our organization is in Dallas, and I don't know who she is, and but I know she's Queen Elizabeth. No longer grandma. That's okay.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah. Hi, friend. How are you?
Good, good. Well, thank you so much again for coming on the show. I just want to say thank you for all that you do for the company. Thank you for all that you do for all the agents in the company. You've inspired us all for so many years. You've been a 10-time icon, which means you've been in the company almost 11 years. But really, who is Elizabeth Riley?
Actually, fun fact, I've only been in the company 10 years, 10 years this
Oh,
month. I actually icon twice 1 year. Yeah. So anyway, I digress. Who is Elizabeth Riley? Wow, that's a loaded question. Golly, I'm blessed. I love this company. I love the relationships. Oh my gosh, I love that we have a friendship. I would have never known you if it weren't for this company, right?
true.
My business has grown. My life is richer with the relationships from not only here locally but internationally now. And I just love showing up wherever I'm needed and connecting with other people and lifting each other all as we climb.
That's awesome. Well, when I see you speak, when I see you out there being who you are, that's what I see. And
Thank
once
you.
again, thank you for your contribution. Let's rewind a bit, because I know you've been in real estate, what, 20 years?
20 years this month. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. And so you started when you're 10. That's cool.
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
But like when you first started, were you a solo agent? Did you have a team that you joined? What was, how did you start your real estate career?
Yeah, good question. So I got into real estate because I was told I had to. My husband and I were investors. And so my CPA said
Ah,
I had to. And I don't know
right.
about you, John, but when people tell me I have to do something, I don't usually go quietly and I go kicking and screaming. And I was like, I don't want to do
Mm,
this. So interviewed a few different brokerages because I didn't know what I didn't know, and went to Keller Williams because at the time I was in a couples Bible study, and four of the guys were actually real estate agents at different companies. And so I said, this is what I have to do. And Keller Williams at the time was the only one that would let me be part time because I still had a
oh.
job and all the other things. And I was doing things that I enjoyed doing. And so real estate was just going to be, I don't know, checking a box. Right. So
Mm,
I went over to that KW. I worked there, and my sponsor and the people that I worked with, he was starting to do things. This is in what, 2004, 2005. He's starting to do things online and was like, do you want some leads? I was like, I guess. And so he started building that up a little bit. But I also was working with people that knew me, liked me, and trusted me. And they're like, hey, Elizabeth, you have your real estate license. Let's go find a house. I mean, literally, that's what my first few transactions were. One
wow.
was a friend from college that wanted to buy a condo. Another was from somebody I worked with at Dell Computer in Austin, and we happened to be in Atlanta together. So my business organically grew that way.
Mm,
But I really treated it more like a hobby than a
mm,
business. And so I never really thought about, oh, do I want to be a solo agent? Do I want to be a team? Do I want to do any of those things? That just we just all operated kind of like a team, but we weren't a team,
mm.
right? So um, fast forward to 2008, we were transferred to Austin, Texas with my husband's company. I knew nobody, and I had to start over again. And so I stayed at KW as again as an individual. I never really thought about team. I have four kids. I had a husband who traveled all the time. I quite frankly did not want to have the responsibility. I always joke, I'm not Catholic, but I have Catholic guilt. Like if somebody didn't have a deal coming in or their lights staying on, or like I would feel guilty, and I didn't ever want to feel that way.
Right.
But my husband used to always say that real estate's not a team sport. So I just had
Huh,
that ingrained into my head, right? As I'm just an
right.
individual agent, and I use the word
Mhm,
just specifically there because I don't use that word, never use the word just, but I was just an agent at that time. So I didn't
mm,
really understand all the the ins and outs of it. So fast forward to now, I was at KW for 10 years. I was number one in my market center here in Austin. There were 650 agents. And that was the year I decided to leave and come to EXP, which there were only 400 agents because I was dying on the vine. I was only as good as my next transaction. And I just was not enjoying the real estate space anymore. And so I came over to
Mhm.
EXP. A lot of people followed me because they wanted to work alongside me, be with me. And they said, let's start a team. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, well, what could that look like? So we started a bigger team, but all of us had our own business because I never wanted anybody to be boss. Like I didn't want to
Mhm.
be boss. I didn't want anybody else to be boss. We all had our own goals. And when you're part of a team, you're usually rowing in the same direction with one goal in mind, right? But when you bring a bunch of entrepreneurs together, how do you do that? And
Mhm.
so now I have, it's not really a team. It's more of a referral group from the outside looking in. It looks like a team. So if you
Right.
saw me, you would say, "Oh, well, Elizabeth has a team," and the the industry and the community they think we have a team, but we really are just a referral group that brand together. So it's
Mm.
a lot more fun locking arms branding together. We look bigger in the space, but all of our business is our own business that comes in, and we just do referral fees back and forth if we need to have each
Amazing.
other help each other. So some people love teams. They want to build the big teams. I know you have an amazing team. Like there's a
Thank
lot
you.
that goes into that. And I am
Yeah.
Team Riley and I'm Team Riley family. And I've got a lot of moving parts at home that I didn't want to have to build something else which would take me away from what I was just trying to focus on, which was my goals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want to be responsible, and you have that what you call Catholic guilt,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that people who join the team, the line group, before it was the John Tsai group, I felt responsible for their well-being, felt
Yes.
responsible for their finances. And even today, I still have that sort of guilt that you're talking about. But it's so hard for most people, especially in our company, right, to attract to just the global network instead of attracting to a team, because a team, they feel like it almost is like a tight knitted community where they feel safe. So how do you get around that and have the business that you have? Because I think your business is the perfect EXP Realty business there is high producing realtor
Right.
with a very, very robust global network, which gives you enough freedom. So you sell real estate because you want to, not because you have to, and you don't have to carry a team with huge costs.
Right. Yeah, I think the beautiful thing is it's a group of entrepreneurs coming together, and when you have a whole
Mm,
bunch of entrepreneurs, how do you rein that in? So my quote unquote team has three of us. There are three of us that are licensed. We have an assistant who is our backbone, and then we have two VAs that are our assistants as well. We don't consider them our VAs. We're all family. We're all a group together.
perfect.
Meredith works with me on a lot of my listings. Leanne works with me on a lot of my buyers, and it works for them because they don't want to do what I'm doing. They don't want to be on
Mm,
stages or running around the country, but that's where a lot of our referrals are coming in now, from agent to agent, not just Sphere. And that was the other reason I didn't want a team, because I'm 100% referral. I don't know where my deals are going to come in, right? So
mm,
if I don't know where my deals are, how am I going to support a team? And I would let them down, and I don't want to let anybody down. But for
yeah.
me, that's been my biggest attraction, because people want to be in my ecosystem or our ecosystem because we've created community. And I think
Mm,
it's really about creating that community. And when you realize you don't have to create a team to have that community, it can be so
mhm,
much bigger and so much broader and so beautiful. So a lot of the people that are in my let's talk about Austin, for example. We have created this incredible culture and community here, but all of us have different brands and different goals,
mhm.
but we act like we're a team from behind the scenes, right? My husband used to say, like, when you go up to a rental car counter and there's all those rental cars, Hertz and Enterprise and National, they're all different companies, different brands up front. But then you go behind and you're like, okay, go to your car, go pick one. And they're all sharing the cars. They're all it's all cars in the background. They're all sharing the cars and inventory. That's what we're all doing. So we've created a family community environment where the culture is so sticky that people are like, oh, we're opening up the playbooks, but I can have this team over here. I can have a mega team over here. I can have a standard team or whatever I want to build, but we're all coming together because of how
Mm.
the company is set up, and how when one person wins, we all win because we're all owners of the company. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
completely different shift in mindset from how other companies are structured. And I don't know if it would work as well in other companies because of
Mm.
that mindset. They're not owners of those companies, right? It's a
Right.
dog eat dog. They're only responsible for their own things. So helping other
Yeah.
people isn't a benefit.
No, exactly. But we've attracted so many mega teams into EXP because it's such a profitable way. Like because right now the margins for real estate teams is shrinking, shrinking, shrinking every
Yeah.
single year. And the only way to supplement that is to build a revenue share group. So in fact, a lot of bigger teams are joining now because of that reason.
Yeah.
Um, so like what are your thoughts on that? I mean, is this
What I think is interesting is I've had a lot of people that have joined the company as teams. They were formal teams, formal indie brokerages or whatever. And what
mm-hmm,
they realized after being here,
mm-hmm.
right, for so long is they're like, oh, I like the self-organized. I like that I can have that freedom. I like that I
Self-organized.
can have
Okay.
different people who have different goals, right? Because some might be icons on those teams, but if you're on a team, you
Mm.
can't really icon. Like there's some ways around that. And
You
so
could
they like
you
the
could declare full cap.
well, you can, but that's
Yeah.
not typically then, a lot of them are like, then why am I on a team?
Why are
Though
you on a
there's
mega
like,
team? Yeah, forget
correct.
it.
So,
Yeah.
so it's like, what if you could have the best of both worlds? And so a lot of them that had big teams, I mean, I had $100 million Compass team come over and they're like, wait a minute, I really like what you guys are doing or you're able to do because it gets rid of a lot of the costs. It gets rid of a lot of
Mm.
the overhead and the requirements that they had by having a team. And then what happens is they can develop their agents to step off the team because a lot of agents want to step off the team and they want to step into their own group or team or whatever their old goals are. And so instead of training their competition like they were in other companies, they're not. It's empowering them to help their agents grow in a different way and help them graduate from the team. So it's just I love that we have so many options. Glenn was really smart when he realized that we're all entrepreneurs and not
Yeah.
fitting one box,
Mm-hmm.
because the mega teams work for some of those people. I mean, you guys are rocking it, and I watch what you do, and I'm like, wow, that's for me, that's overwhelming, right? And you just have to pick where your focus is, and then you've got the smaller teams, but then I have all the freedom and flexibility on my teams because I don't really fit the mold, so it's nice to have those
Mm-hmm.
options.
Yeah. I actually think because I came over here as a team
Right,
and it was actually my first year being an official team with EXP because I already had four people. You had to declare a standard team.
right,
If I had to do it all over again, I'd probably just scale out the rev share
yeah,
and then have a couple of agents that are like you just supporting the production, right?
correct,
I
yeah.
think that's I don't know what are your thoughts? What is the perfect way to do this business at this company? Your thoughts?
Well, it's different. I mean, I keep going back to that. We're all different, and
Yeah.
there's not one way to do it. I love what I do.
Hmm.
Um, Meredith and Leanne have been friends of mine since our now freshmen in college were in first grade.
Wow.
Okay. So it wasn't that I went out to create this team. I built the relationship. I talk about this all the time. You build the relationship, the business is going to come. But it's the same thing in the team, right?
Mm.
Meredith actually has more experience than me. She's been in the business 29 years,
Wow.
but she does not want to do the lead generating. She doesn't want to do all the things I'm doing. She doesn't, there's certain things she just doesn't want to do. She can do it. We can all do everything, but what are we
Yeah.
really like doing? So for us, I
Hmm.
think what's been nice is finding that balance
Yeah.
where all of us succeed in different things and we
Yeah.
like to do different things. Leanne loves to be with the buyers, right? And so I don't. I'm much more reserved. I don't want to have the small talk and things like that. Now, I love the
Yeah.
negotiating part. I love the negotiating part. I
Ah.
love to be creative
Yeah.
on the marketing side. So we all bring different strengths to the quote unquote team, if you will. And that's what's perfect for me. Is where do you find that harmony? Where do you find that balance? It's The Working Genius. Have you read that book?
The Working Genius. I'm
Yeah.
writing this down.
Okay. The Working Genius. So basically, the concept is we all have six geniuses and we lead with
Mm.
two. We can do all of them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what are the two geniuses you lead with? What are the two you hate doing? And then the
Mm.
other two are kind of in the middle. And so I actually did, it's a short book, Audible, what have you, but I actually did a mastermind in the mountains last, like a few 6 months ago, where there were 12 of us. And I said, hey, let's all do this. Let's all read this book. We're all going to do the test. We're all going to see what we lead with. And then we went around the room and we said, okay, what we think John is this. We think, right? We guessed and we were wrong on most parts. And so what happens is these really great teams or environments or groups or clusters or whatever you want to call them, you find the people that offset. It's like the disc profile too. My assistant is a SC. Like she is a C. I have no C in me whatsoever. I want the opposite of me because then we're not stepping on each other's toes. So
Right.
I think you find the right
Complement each other.
people that complement each other and they're doing the things they love to do. Like if you make me do spreadsheets all day long, I could do them, but I don't want to. Like
Yeah.
that's not going to fulfill me. So you find that,
Mm.
but Jen loves that, right? So
Ah.
you find the different people to create your own group and your own harmony and your own ballast where it doesn't seem like people are excited about showing up and doing what they're doing, and it's not so draining or tasking or
Mm.
burnout. And I
You,
think that's the perfect environment at our company, and you can do that with
yeah.
how we're all structured.
So put people in their fire, not their wax, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So is Meredith and sorry,
Leanne,
what was the
Leanne,
Leanne? Meredith and Leanne, are they both individual agents but just working together with you, but all three of you with an assistant is not considered or registered as a team. You just work
correct.
together.
Correct. We
Got it.
just work together and we just are a referral. So what I do is when I have businesses coming in, I have an agent on all of my transactions. So Meredith is on all my listings and
Ah.
Leanne is on my buyers because I do travel so much, because I do speak and do
Mm,
other things. And so
yeah,
we never want our clients to feel like they're not taken care of. Now, on the
right.
flip side, if Meredith has a client or Leanne, and then we do referral fees. If Meredith or Leanne have a client, I don't take a split from them. Like I'm
No,
at Saltbook,
okay.
I could take a split from them, but I don't. We all share in the marketing costs.
Hmm.
We all, and we're consistent on our marketing. We share in our marketing costs, and they can cap. They have their own cap with the company. We all have our own same caps with the company. They have no
Yeah.
caps or splits with me. I'm
Hmm.
making rev share off of them
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody's winning. They're happy. They're getting business that they don't have to go procure, and I'm happy because I have the freedom to go do the things I want to be doing, and our clients are taken care of. So that's what works for us. But that's not, I mean, you look at your business and your team, it's very, very opposite. That doesn't mean you're not successful or I'm not successful. Success just looks different for each and everybody.
Yes, and I think profitability at the end of the day is what we all want.
Yeah.
Uh, I just think that you have it the most lean and mean and the most profitable and the less stress and the less headache.
Yeah, possibly.
Now,
I mean,
possibly.
probably because I watched what you guys do. I was like, no, thank you. Right. And I'm smart on my marketing too. Like we market and we're consistent. Every single month we're marketing, but I also understand that people are not going to save our stuff, right? So we want to make an impact on the way to the trash can. So I'm not going to spend
Mhm.
a whole lot of money in the actual marketing, but I'm going to be very strategic in what we're doing. We're not sending just listed, just sold. We're not doing anything that's about us. We're trying to make it about our client or our potential client and create that connection. So when they do need to buy, sell, or refer somebody, we're the one that comes to mind. But we do it very inexpensively because we just know that that's not where the smartest marketing dollars should go, right? It's going to go into our
Yeah,
listings or working with our clients.
yeah, I believe that. And what was said was I think last year there were 2 million online leads that were distributed to agents, but there weren't even that many sales to go through from these online platforms.
Right.
So, do you believe, I mean, are we going back into pounding the payment, or maybe you don't like that term, like going back into building relationships, which is what you do. Have you ever purchased an online lead at all?
I've never purchased a lead. John, I've never done an open house.
What? What?
I know.
Tell me more.
I know in 20 years. I build the relationship. I don't cold call. I don't knock on doors. I don't call for sale by owners or just, withdrawns or expired and that's not saying that's bad. There are people
No,
who do
it's
that
not
very,
bad.
very, very well, but
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable doing that. So I've got to figure out what's authentic to who I am. So like case in point, when I moved to Austin, Texas, I didn't know anybody, but we lived in a townhouse community and I needed to meet people. I had one child at the time. He was 18 months old.
Mm,
That's my oldest one that you know, which is crazy because he's like not little anymore. But we knocked on doors. But we didn't knock on doors for the business. We knocked on doors to get to know our neighbors. Hi, Ann. I'm Elizabeth. This is Trip. We just moved in down the street. We wanted
oh,
to say hi. They see the moving van. They want to know. They're curious, right?
right.
People always ask me, what can I do to get in business? I'm new here. I don't know anybody. I was like, you live somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I live here, I work here. Get to know your neighbors. Do front porch Fridays. Have everybody come to your house on a Friday and just, hey, we want to connect with the neighbors. Everybody's going to talk
Mm,
about what they do, but don't lead with commission breath or lead with, oh my God,
right.
who do you want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Nobody cares. How do you make them feel important? How do you make them feel like you're a trusted advisor or
Mm,
somebody that they'd want to approach or come
yeah.
to? And that's how I just operate my business. So I create community. I create. I got very involved in the schools. Everybody knew what I did, but they didn't say,
Mm,
"Run, Elizabeth's going to talk about real estate." They just knew that, hey, my friend Elizabeth happens to be really good in real estate, and so we built our business that way. So I've never purchased an online lead. I
wow.
wouldn't know what to say to them, and I don't like. I mean, rejection is growth, yes, and it's
Yeah.
not a personal thing, but
Hmm.
that just has not been a way that I've wanted to build my business. And granted, it's taken me 20 years, but that's a slow growth. And if you look at the book, The Gap and the Gain, if you
Yeah.
look at that, it's like, oh, what have I accomplished? I write a
Mm,
lot of, one of the easiest, most inexpensive things to do. I mean, people are scrolling on Facebook, right? 5 cards a day. Just find five. I mean, I have handwritten cards that I write all day long. I'm right
mm,
now and I'm seeing kids that have all graduated because a lot of my kids are in that same age. I don't have announcements. Like I'm not being sent announcements. However, I'm like, oh my gosh, Charlie, congratulations. And seriously, I've got these cards sitting right here. Case in point, I've got these cute little cards that I get from Amazon. Oh, the places you'll go. And it's congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. And then I'm like, hey, congratulations. I just saw you graduated. And then I put in an Amazon gift card. Like,
oh,
just find reasons to get into conversation, not
yes.
just saying congratulations on Facebook like 100 other people did. What happens when you take it offline and you create that relationship in a richer way and you write a handwritten note and send it to somebody? Or if somebody's dog died, go into Etsy, get a picture of the dog, go into Etsy and have a little portrait made and sent to them, right? You're building that relationship like a friend, and it's going to that's the biggest way, and that's where I put my marketing money,
Wow.
marketing dollars, but that's what works for me.
You know, what I heard the other day from Justin Haver, he just said he's generated 400,000 leads to his team in about 20 years, and that there more leads means more opportunity for leads to fall through the cracks. And what he said was, instead of going so wide, go deep.
Yeah.
And I think that you've built relationships by going deep with people. And I actually have, if I can use this term, Catholic guilt, because
I'm not Catholic, right? But it works. Yeah.
so Elizabeth actually sent me a Christmas card, and I didn't send one back, so you're getting one.
Oh, well, you don't have
Um,
to have Catholic guilt on that. But I mean, again, it's like who, and I'm very strategic, not strategic. I don't want to say that in a bad way, but it's like relationships matter to me and I want people to know that
yes.
I'm thinking of them. And the Christmas that like I made a donation in everybody's name. So I
Oh my
literally
goodness, yeah.
chose an organization and you got the donation card, Christmas card, right? And I literally gave them everybody's name, first and last name in their name,
Mhm.
not phone numbers, not addresses, anything like that. But I truly made donations in each and every person's name. I get
Wow.
messages on that all the time. So it's just thinking differently,
Yeah,
right? We real estate as a whole doesn't have the best reputation.
right.
So each one of us have that opportunity to change that.
Oh man, that is just so inspiring, and that's the most high profit. Now, if you get back to the numbers, math is math. That's the most
Yeah.
profitable business model is what Elizabeth has. So, transitioning in from production into attraction, you have 10,000 people, and not many people have 10,000 people in their brokerage,
Well, that's true. That's true.
right? So, do you have the same methodology or mentality that you built your revenue share group with? Is going deep and building relationships first and attracting versus calling, recruiting?
Yeah.
Is that the same thing for
I've
you?
never called any, no, I've never called anybody to recruit them to this company. No. So, I mean, I've got,
Congratulations.
so I have, if you think about it, I have 70 people in my front organization, in my front family, which those are all
Yeah.
relationships to me. Most of them are cappers and icons. The only person
Man.
I did call Jean early
Yeah.
on, but that was to seek wise counsel because I'd only been at KW. And I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
thinking of going to this company and I have a number of people that want to follow me. Tell me, I don't want to lead them astray. Like
Yeah.
I'll jump and I'm a little bit more risky when it comes to that kind of stuff because I'm like, what's the worst that could happen?
Hmm.
I could go to any other company they need me, but I don't know other people's situations. So I don't want to lead them blindly when I don't know. So I seek wise counsel, but I didn't
Mm.
ever call him to recruit him. I called him to seek
Wow.
wise counsel. And he just, as we started uncovering all these things, he's like, well, I'm bored. I'm uninspired. And so that's why he came to the company too. I was like, okay, this could be fun.
Wow.
But I've never called those people. But what happens is when they come to the company, now I have not an obligation, but I feel like I have a responsibility that I told them what this company could do, and I want to be a
Hmm.
part of that, and I want us to all be in the part of growth together.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I love on my people. Like when I
Amazing.
celebrate my people. Now, what's really cool with the company, I have access to everybody, so I can see when they're capping and when they're iconing, even if it's my, 10,000th agent. Like it was funny because we sent out these emails. Congratulations on capping. We're so excited. And this one person sent me a note back and said, um, I don't know if this is AI or automated, but this really meant a lot to me that I was recognized.
Wow.
And I wrote her back. I was like, no, this is for me.
Wow.
Right. And I think AI is such an incredible tool and it's a credible resource, but it's not. And people are like, oh my gosh, it's going to replace all of us. I'm like, no, there's something about the human
No.
element and you make somebody feel seen, special, and heard. Like they're with you. And so I'm focused on trying to really develop my group in Oregon and help them. But again, if they're not even in my org, because you're not even in my org, it's like when you win, I win. We all,
Well, no, wait. I am
you are.
beyond your 10,000.
Oh,
I am beyond your seventh level. I'm on your eighth.
oh, well, we're going to change that. We're going to change that. But you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, how do you make people feel important? And so if I love on my people and teach them how to love on their people and help them build their business, because by the way, John, here's the secret. We're a real estate company,
Hmm. Yep.
right?
We sell real
We
estate.
sell a lot of real estate. And if
Yes.
there's no real estate being sold and no revenue, there's no businesses and no revenue share. Like it's so foreign to me when people are like, oh my gosh, all these things. It's false narratives. But
Yeah.
what happens is that cascades out. It
Yeah, it
cascades
does.
out, and then now all of a sudden you look up one day and you have 10,000 people in your organization, right? And so
Wow.
now I'm trying to figure out how, I mean, obviously I'm one person, but I'm trying to put in systems and things together so I can love on the people all the way down so that they know all the amazing things about this company. And so that's been my focus right now.
Amazing. Actually, I have a question pop into my mind, if I may ask.
Yep.
How are you so powerful? Like you just tend to attract so many good things, good people. I mean, 10,000. There's not many people in this world who have 10,000. And so do you engage in any sort of meditation, law of attraction work like or it's just who you are?
I think no, I don't, and I think my upbringing was interesting that you learn that you listen for the lessons in every environment that you're in, right? And as a
Hmm.
young child and growing up, and you take good, bad, and ugly, right? We all have stuff in our past, and you use it. It can either break you or make you. And I think I recognize it in a lot of ways that I don't either want people to feel like I did in a situation, or I want them to feel like I did in a situation, right? And you just figure out your vibe kind of attracts your tribe. Now, what I am
Hmm.
doing is I've had coaches in the past. A lot of them don't really understand, what I'm doing is, yes, I've got the production piece, but I've got this other piece where I want to help develop people. So I'm kind of
Hmm.
a it's a little bit interesting. But recently, have interacted with Renee Rodriguez, and I love his messaging, and he talks about
Mhm.
amplifying your influence. And so I've been in private masterminds there. I've been in private
Oh,
masterminds with Phil Jones, who is exactly what to say. I'm putting myself in rooms that aren't necessarily real estate.
I'm just
Yes.
reading it for the
Yes.
third time.
Oh my gosh. Phil is amazing. I've been in two or three of his private masterminds. John, you would love
Oh,
that, by the way. Yeah, it's in New York.
okay.
It's really good. Um, Phil is an amazing person. And so when you start putting people in your world
Hmm.
that aren't so focused on real estate, they're focused on community and connection, and how
Mm.
to make people feel a certain way just by you showing up in your best light. That's what's been
Wow.
changing me. But Renee Rodriguez's Amplify is incredible. He's got a book. They both have books. And by the way, I don't get kickbacks on books or anything like this. I'm just sharing what's made an impact on me. Um,
Yeah.
but his masterminds, I mean, it's like 15 people, and it's 3 days, and it's intense and it's awesome. And like Renee Rodriguez's is 2 days, and it's 10 people, and you walk in a different way and you walk out a different way, and it's just using influence in the right way. And I think I love that you see that about me. I don't see that about me, but it
You're kidding, right?
well, I wouldn't say the word powerful, right? It shows me though that I'm showing up differently because of
Hmm.
all these other people that have been pouring into me. And you just have a lot of people
Mm.
sometimes that believe in you more than you believe in yourself,
Yeah.
right? Chuck Fazio was one of those people for me early on. And I'm
Mm.
like, what? But now I have that opportunity to believe in others more than they believe in themselves too, and help
I
them
love
rise.
that.
So I think it's just being surrounded by the right people. I mean, all these people that continue to lift us up. It's empowering not only for us, which allows us to empower others.
I just love how you're so humble and you're so willing to help and so personable and you're not intimidating. Actually, I was intimidated before I actually got to talk to you, but I found out how nice you were. So again, just aw, is that Trip?
That is Trip. Oh my God.
Aw,
Trip, remember Mr. John?
If I see a face.
Yes, from Hawaii.
Yes, I do remember. Hi.
Yeah.
how you
We're on a
doing?
live right now, but my kiddo just comes in to say hi.
Oh,
So there
good.
you
This
go.
is amazing. Hey,
Yeah.
I was wearing Stussy back in 1994. I think it's coming back in
Oh,
style.
it's definitely back. Yeah, I go to school in Utah, and it's like the biggest thing ever. This and camo. So, trying to,
Okay,
yeah.
you'll be seeing me in a Stussy shirt next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be matching you. So it'll
There
work.
you go. Appreciate you, man.
Well, have a good one,
Awesome.
Mom. I'm heading.
Thank you.
But that's a case in point too. Like we show up differently for our kids, right?
Aw.
We show up differently for our families. We show up differently because of all the people that are pouring into us. But I'm just grateful for knowing you and grateful for this company because I mean, you being intimidated by me is actually very comical because the first time I ever saw you, I think it's before you were the president of Canada. I think you had just come on board, and you're this young guy, and you go up really, really quiet in your suit, and then you're jumping around the stage. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean,
Who's a lunatic?
it was crazy. But I hadn't met you. But to be fair, like I had preconceived notions going, well, if that's how I have to, like, John and I have nothing in common. If I have to do that to attract or be in business or whatever else. And then when I got to
Uh-huh.
know you, I was like, oh my gosh, I totally get it now. Like, I get the messaging from a different way, right?
Mm.
You're sitting there observing it differently. So, but that was the first time I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's on fire. Like, he's a beast.
Well, thank you. That it's an honor for me to actually provide you with some insight, and you actually learned something from me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
thank you for that. Well, I'm just really grateful that you're in my world because proximity is power, and I feel the energy from you, even though you're all the way in Austin, Texas. So once again, thank you, Elizabeth. I like to end off always, always, always with one valuable insight that you may have for the agents out there that are listening to this right now, to help them with their year and 2025 and beyond.
Yeah, great. I would say, and you'll hear differing views on this, but comparison kills joy. Now, comparison can be a tool and comparison can be really good, but I think what happens with a lot of agents, especially in these markets that are really tough right now, there's a lot of agents that make it look so easy, and they forget, they don't know the journey. They don't know what they've gone through to get here, and it's been consistency, and they're usually consistent. And so they'll start comparing themselves to other people, saying, I can't do that, I can't do that. So I would just say, don't compare yourself to others. Figure out your authentic voice and what
Mm.
you want your business to look like, and then surround yourself with people that want to lift you up and pour into you, because that's how we all succeed. Not We don't succeed alone.
I love it. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go together, sorry, if you want to
You want to
go
go fast,
far,
go alone. You want to go further, go
you want to
together.
go far, you want to go together. So
Totally butchered that.
totally butchered that.
That's all right.
It's okay.
But
So
they
you
know
might as
they know
well
what
read
we
this
mean.
book and
Yeah.
know exactly what to say. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Elizabeth, and we'll make it a great day. We'll see you, hopefully, in the next leadership meeting.
I will see you soon, my friend.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Hang on one second. All right.
Oh my God.